Alright, you ready? Here we go, speed tie. Hi there, I'm Katie, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do speed tatting. Speed tatting is a technique that I have developed over the years. There's many forms of tatting. There's shuttle tatting and your typical needle tatting, but they're all very labor intensive in that they take a long time to create your work. So speed tatting is something that I enjoy because I can do it when I'm riding in the car, or I can do it when I'm watching television or talking with people. I can do it pretty much anywhere, and it's quite relaxing for me, and when I get my rhythm down, it goes relatively fast. First, we're going to start with our thread, and the thread for beginners, I like to start with like a size 10. Thread is good, 10 or 20, but I usually like to start with 10. For needle size, a size 5 is good, is the average size to work with this thread. You can also use a doll needle, which I actually prefer, but that is up to you, that's your preference. So we're going to go ahead and do the hardest part first. We're going to thread our needle. Once your needle is threaded, you're going to want to have roughly 12 inches for a tail, and the tail is the piece of thread that comes from your needle and hangs free. So we're going to do roughly 12 inches, like that. And then for the thread that you're going to be working with, you want to have about 2.5 to 3 feet from your needle this direction, which is going to be towards your ball of thread. So you're going to want to hold that in your left hand. The thread will be in your left hand, needle in your right hand. You're going to hold your needle in this position with your right index finger kind of spaced out towards the head of the needle. And then with your left hand, you're going to use your bottom 3 fingers to hold and guide your thread. You're going to just close them over the thread, right like that. And then you're going to put your left index finger out like a rubber band pistol shape, like this. And for the first part of your stitch, in tatting there's only one basic stitch and there's 2 parts to it, and when the 2 are combined it forms your double stitch. So we're going to learn the first part of that stitch right now. So for the first part of the double stitch in speed tatting, you're going to go ahead and wrap the thread around your thumb in a clockwise motion. When the threads cross, as you can see they cross, you're going to bring your needle down and bring it up through that loop from the bottom. When you do that, you pull your thumb out and you slide that thread tightly against your right index finger. You're going to keep your fingering, and for the next and the second part of your double stitch, you're going to do a counterclockwise motion around your left index finger. Once you have it wrapped around counterclockwise, you're going to bend it and come up from the base and catch that thread. Once you've caught the thread with your needle, go ahead and remove your finger, slide it tight, and that completes your double stitch. For people who do normal needle tatting, this may seem a little bit awkward to begin with, but the motion is actually a faster motion once you get your rhythm down, and it's less prone to confusion than the typical method. So we're going to go ahead and do that again. Go ahead and hold your needle properly, hold your thread with your bottom 3 fingers, wrap it around clockwise around your thumb, let the threads cross. As they cross, bring your needle up from the base. Remove your thumb, slide it tight to your work, counterclockwise around your left index finger, bend it, bring it up from the base, remove your finger, slide it tight to your work. There's 2 double stitches. We're going to go ahead and do that again so you can see. Just right like that. So once you've gotten that down, then you're good to go, and we'll continue on. Now the next step that you'll need to know is how to do a picot. And what a picot is actually the loop on your tatting. And picots are decorative primarily, but they're also good for connecting work. And you'll learn that later on, but for now I'll just show you how to do it. So this is a picot, and that's the loop right here on this tatting. So go ahead and pick up your needle again. And all you have to do for your picot is to make a space. And you're going to make that space with your right index finger. You're going to lift it up, and instead of holding your work down right under your finger, you're going to go and you're going to make a space of however big you want that picot to be. And so I'm going to want to do, I just want to do an average size picot, so I'm going to space it out probably like 1/4 of an inch in front of my previous work on my needle. And then I'm going to hold that finger there real tight. To make a picot or a loop, we're simply going to take your finger off of the position it normally holds, holding the thread down, and we're going to move it out as a spacer so that when we make our first stitch, it slides tightly against the tip of our index finger on our right hand instead of to the completed work. So we're going to go ahead and finish the stitch. Once the double stitch is completed, we'll remove our finger, slide it together, and we have our picot. So at this point we can just go ahead and do 2 more double stitches to make it a complete 3 on each side. I'm going to go ahead and watch that some more. We have the second picot. Do 3 more stitches. Third picot. Like that. So I want you to go ahead and do 3 more double stitches, and you can continue on with that until you're comfortable with it. Go ahead and do 3 double stitches, 1 picot, 3 double stitches, 1 picot.